So I have to say, The Witcher 4 is looking very good, I think. But we've just recently had some more information dropped about the game, and we've got like the closest thing to gameplay we've had in quite some time. And it's interesting to say the least. Obviously, I'm a nerd and I'm a fan of the Witcher series, so I've taken a quite an interest in the new game that's coming out, um, and I gotta say, I was I was impressed by this tech demo that they released, but I'm also slightly concerned, you might say, because what they released is a tech demo, not an official gameplay trailer. It is a tech demo in engine showing off the game's world and characters. How is that different from a gameplay trailer? Well, to be totally honest, I'm not entirely sure. I am a gamer, but I'm not technically inclined enough to get a good sense for what will be different in the finished product, but I do know that things will be different. This is not gameplay. No one is actually controlling this. They had a guy with a controller pretending to control it, but they would also zoom out at times and it was quite clear that this was all carefully constructed. Um, I dare say they might even have been running on train tracks, as it were. That there might not actually even have been any control involved in what we saw. After doing a bit of research, I think that while yes, The Witcher 4 will look roughly like what we've seen in this demo, the movement and actions and such might not be as smooth, perhaps, or the animations for that matter. And I'm sure most affordable PCs will be running more like a slideshow than perhaps a smooth, crisp 10,000 frames per second version that perhaps most gamers seem to want nowadays. Um, but all that said, the game does look good. I am cautiously optimistic. I mean, I can't say I'm expecting it to be horrible. I can't say that after what I've seen it's going to be terrible. I frankly I can't imagine it. Um, but I don't know if it's going to be as good as the previous games. It's kind of hard to say what it's going to be like. I mean, we've seen this beautiful, wonderful open world set in Kovir, I think, which is I don't think it's a kingdom we've never seen before in game. So that's something at least, and it looks quite spectacular. And we've got this very interesting protagonist who seems to be very good at her job, despite, I mean, not being the overpowered monster most fans were expecting her to be. I mean, like, my main concern for a long time was that how were they going to make a game interesting when Siri has such phenomenal cosmic powers? I mean, a game starring Siri as we left her in The Witcher 3, unless I'm forgetting something, likely would have been more like God of War or Doom, right? Because Ciri is the Lady of Time and Space, right? And some of the scariest monsters Geralt, my man Geralt, who is awesome, has ever fought, are likely going to look like common mobs in front of our very own Supergirl. Except maybe Detlaf from Blood and Wine, because Oh boy, that laugh was scary. Jeez. But you know what? That's all fine because if this game was going to be about Siri just walking over anything and everything she comes into contact with, that'd be about as interesting as the Star Wars sequels. Um, Nevertheless, what I'm interested in is the story, right? How are they going to explain things, where she's at the moment, what she's doing, how she's doing it, right? How she became a Witcher? And I mean, because judging from the trailer, it doesn't actually seem like she has the traditional cat eyes. Maybe she can use potions by virtue of her magical state of being. Um, I don't know. But okay, so my first experience with the Witcherverse was via the video games. It was a years old Assassins of Kings, to be precise. And I do prefer the games to the books and the the Netflix series. But hey, the games, they had a very good, fun send off for Geralt of Rivia, and they did set up Ciri to take his place. And I am glad that Ciri is the main character. That's just the natural evolution of things. But I can't help but wonder, what now? Because like I guess this video is just me saying I don't know where the hell this is going, and that's not a bad thing. I'm willing to be optimistic. I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. They can tell 100 different interesting stories, and while I would love to see Geralt and Yennefer make a few cameos, it doesn't seem likely, but I'd love to see it. Or hell, even Zoltan or Dandelion or someone, anyone. It would also be just interesting to see Ciri try to forge her own path in life, to see what kind of crazy adventures she can get up to by herself. Um, but the Witcherverse is so much about family, found family, and biological. Let's face it, the struggles between uh, those two concepts as well. I just hope they keep that in mind. Frankly, everyone needs help from time to time, shoulders to cry on, and people to lean on, and it's irresponsible to say otherwise, right? I think it would be a crappy message if Siri is just all of a sudden doing great on her own and doesn't need anyone's help whatsoever. Because even the Witcher 3 was all about, your Avengers Assemble team at Kaer Morhen, right, battling the Wild Hunt, and all about checking in on your various friends and colleagues. And Geralt the White Wolf, he's so dour and glum, and I don't need anyone's help, I'm the lone wolf, and yet he has all these friends who come to help him out at various times, which is kind of, that's the point. Um so yeah, thankfully we do know that Ciri does have some help in this. She has a horse, and that is very important. A horse named Kelpie. Oh my god, that is a good name for a horse, by the way, and especially for Ciri's horse. That just fits her character perfectly, I think. I have reservations about the whole thing. I have slight concerns, but I am still excited. And they'd have to pull off Starfield levels of bad to mess this up. And while that is possible, I mean, eh, I I doubt it. I'm willing to be hopeful. So, all that said and done, like, comment, and subscribe for more nerdy content. I am an author of fantasy, horror, and surreal science fiction, and I'm a game designer, and I'm a student of the dark arts. So I'd love to see you around. But for now, Yeah. Bye.